Yes, fight fans, this is Body and Mind Sports. Welcome. You are fully appreciated if you are here for another session of boxing talk. And in this round, I will be covering an upcoming fight between Regis Prograis and Jack Catterall. It is a fight at the 140 division, which is junior welterweight, and is scheduled for the 26th of October next month. So let's do this, guys. Starting with Regis Prograis, former two times champion at the 140 division, has 29 wins, 24 of those coming via KO, although holds two losses also and zero draws. The first of his losses coming via the hand of Josh Taylor, who is now former undisputed champion at the 140 division, and that was a unification bout between Taylor and Regis Prograis in 2019. Taylor getting the win over Prograis via a majority decision ruling. A very close fight and very competitive. I thought Prograis slightly edged it, but not at all mad at a Taylor win. However, Prograis did go on to become champion again after picking up a vacant title, the WBC title that was dropped by Josh Taylor. But I will go on to talk a bit more about that later on in the video. But for now, let's concentrate on Regis Prograis, who picked up that WBC vacant title from Jose Zepeda, defeating Zepeda via KO in the 11th round. Prograis, however, his title, status was not to last for too long, as although he successfully defended his new WBC title in his next fight against Danielito Zorrilla, he went on to lose against Devin the Dream Haney, which was in fact the last outing of Regis Prograis. And Prograis lost to Devin Haney in a very, very one-sided unanimous decision win that had Prograis dropped in that fight, something I've never ever witnessed or thought would happen to Prograis ever in his career. Of course, Devin Haney, now the WBC champion of at the 140 division. After of course previously being the undisputed champion at lightweight, now WBC champion at junior welterweight after capturing that title from Regis Prograis. But enough about Prograis for now. Let's move on to his opponent in Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall, 31 years old. Yeah, 31 years old actually. Also has 29 wins. However, only 13 KOs. He does also have the one loss and zero draws on his record. The only loss coming via the hand of, again, Josh Taylor, and that was in 2022. He was facing Josh Taylor in a challenge to become undisputed in the division. Of course, Josh Taylor, after beating Regis Prograis in their fight in 2019 to have three of the major titles, went on to defeat Jose Ramirez to clinch the last remaining title to earn himself the undisputed status. So coming forward to face Jack Catterall, that was in fact and that was in fact his first defense of his undisputed status. And although Josh Taylor was given the win via split decision, I don't think many would disagree with me in saying that Jack Catterall actually won that fight. No matter which angle you can look at it, any way you want to, but there's no way you would have emerged that Jack Catterall didn't win that, guys. Of course, denying Catterall of becoming undisputed champion of the division. A very, very great injustice there done to Jack Catterall, and an example of the corruption that goes on in boxing, where they do everything by all means to protect the money spinner in the sports. In this case, it was Josh Taylor. However, after that loss to Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall did go on to fight Taylor again. But I think it's important to talk about Josh Taylor's fight with former unified lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez, a fight which happened before the Taylor Catterall face off, and Josh Taylor lost to Teofimo Lopez in that fight via unanimous decision to Teofimo Lopez, and it was a very, very one-sided fight, guys, which led to Teofimo Lopez clinching the WBO title from Taylor. Of course, the only title held by Taylor at the time, after being forced to drop his 3 other titles, which were part of his undisputed status, after Taylor failing to obey his mandatory order to face his mandatories for each from his mandatory order from each sanctioning body, those being Alberto Puello for the WBA title, Jeremias Ponce for the IBF title, and for the WBC title, Jose Zepeda. Meaning that after dropping the titles and then going on to lose his last and remaining WBO title to Teofimo Lopez, he was now going into his second face-off with Jack Catterall without a belt. And in that fight, which happened mid this year, in May this year, Catterall he won that fight this time round, thank God, via unanimous decision. And after being robbed the first time round, although I found it a shame that he couldn't become a title this time, because him, you know, if he had been given the win over Josh Taylor in their first outing, that would have made him undisputed and would have massively raised his stock in the sports, guys. it's such a big shame to even think about it, to tell you the truth. So that is a great win. You know, the last win, of course, the most recent win for Jack Catterall, and it was over Josh Taylor. So Catterall now set to face Regis Prograis. Looking at the two opponents, I can easily say that this might be the toughest fight of their career so far. But they do have a common opponent, a common past opponent in Josh Taylor. And I fought Catterall in neither fight, the first one or the second one. I didn't think he had a hard time at all winning that fight. I felt that he won quite easily, even more easier. He won in the second face off with Josh Taylor. On the other hand, Regis Prograis more or less had to go to war with Josh Taylor, and he still came up with a loss. Yeah, but going into this fight, it is going to be the hardest fight for both fighters. Like I have said, Regis Prograis, although his last outing, it was a very bad loss, guys, on Prograis' part. I was heavily disappointed in the fashion that he lost in. So how confident is he going in to face a fighter like Jack Catterall? And it's just over a month or so left now. I mean, such a short amount of time, and this loss to Devin Haney not too long ago either. How much time had he had to let that loss sink in and to prepare for such a skillful fighter in Jack Catterall, who I'm assuming is brimming with a bucket load of confidence right now. You can imagine only. But looking at things though, I would say I would slightly favor Catterall to get this win, and I will tell you why. Because let's start with Regis Prograis first. Regis Prograis, he does pack a punch because he's very heavy-handed. He has good movement. Knows how to weave and slip punches quite well, and he does have a great powerful jab, also a consistent jab, which he can use to cause quite a lot of damage, and we witnessed that in his fight with Taylor. However, he does have very slow feet, being the reason why I believe that he's gonna struggle against Catterall, who has good footwork. He's quite speedy also, with great punching combinations when he chooses to throw them. He's also a great counter puncher also, and can fight both on the back foot and on the front foot. Also has great ring IQ and ring generalship, which he uses often to put himself in advantageous positions against his opponents. So a lot of big advantages that you can draw from Catterall, and say that you're gonna favor him in beating Regis Prograis. However, Catterall's chin I don't think has been tested yet, at least not by a heavy puncher in that you could put on Prograis level. So what is Jack Catterall's chin actually like? I don't know. Would it hold up against you know, a good punch from Prograis that connects well? Although I've seen that Catterall does also possess pretty good defense, and he proved that against his fight against Taylor, both fights, in the first and the second fight. So that being said, I still give the slight edge to Jack Catterall to win, although I would not be very surprised if Prograis was to come away with the win on the 26th of October. But may the best man win, guys. And that's all I have for you now on Body and Mind Sports. Catch me on the next session of Boxing Talk. And for now, please like, share, subscribe, most definitely. You know, your support in any way you can give counts a lot for us. And don't forget to drop your comment below so we know that you are interacting with what we are doing here. And with that said, stay very, very blessed until next time.